think this is a big deal right now to people. They're really into true crime.
And perhaps no true crime is more tragic than a cold case involving two dead children. In Clackamas County, investigators are still working a troubling double homicide and then disappearance from 50 years ago.
All these years later, it is still a huge mystery. Let's bring in Todd Unger, who is here now with much more.
Yeah, you guys said it, a huge mystery indeed. The horrific murders of the Brown children did garner a lot of attention back in 1975. But after all these decades, there's still no firm resolution. Detectives aim to change that.
On a clear, crisp winter day, it is tough to find a spot in Oregon more stunning than Milo McIver State Park. And just maybe, it was this type of day 50 years ago when near the banks of the Clackamas River, a horror unfolded right here.
We have no idea where she is. To their family and, for some kind of peace or closure or whatever, to find out exactly what happened.
It's 1975 in Clackamas County. 5-year-old Jeffrey Brown and his 7-year-old sister Leslie are picked up by their mother, Lynn, for what is supposed to be a quick visit. See, she and Dad are split up, and he has custody of the kids. Cold case investigators say that February 22nd is the last time the children are seen alive and the last time Lynn is ever seen.
She disappeared. Her car was there, everything in her car, her purse, her ID, over $300 in cash in her purse.
The car, eventually found in the park, also contains a receipt for a handgun purchase. Found not far away, the bodies of little Jeffrey and Leslie, each shot 3 times.
You never want to see anything like that. And for parents to have to go through the death of their children is just, I can't even imagine.
Excuse me. When you wake up in the morning and you've forgotten overnight.
9 years ago, we talked to Lyman Brown, the children's father, and Lynn's ex.
When she disappeared, everybody was on pins and needles for a year. Maybe she'd show up.
She never did show. In the months and years since our Coin 6 interview, and in the decades since the kids were killed, nothing firm pushed the case forward.
We actually had a tip last week.
Although the community has not forgotten, and Clackamas County's cold case unit is still working it.
We collected DNA from her mother so she could be in a system, so if her remains are found at some point.
One working hunch from detectives: after pulling the trigger, overcome with sudden grief and a history of mental illness, Lynn simply waded into the icy water and let nature take it from there.
It was close to the Clackamas River and a really sort of rough area of the river, so she would have, disappeared pretty fast.
But no body was ever found.
No. Nope.
The absence of a body, murder weapon, or any reliable info on Lynn's whereabouts means even today, this is an open and active case. Only when that changes will investigators finally feel like they've done their job when it comes to justice for a young brother and sister.
The family deserves that. I mean, they went all these years not knowing what happened to those poor children.
Now, about 20 years ago, detectives got a grand jury indictment against Lynn Brown for murder. That warrant does remain active.
Todd, you say there's circumstantial evidence and theories that she may have gone into the river, basically committing suicide, but nothing concrete.
No, and that is kind of a wooded area, but people are down in that part of the Clackamas River. Like I said, there's a park now. They fish, they camp, they take walks. It's curious that later in the spring or the summer, there would be no remains. There'd be no gun found. So it's just kind of an open-ended question right now. By the way, Clackamas County still taking tips. You can find out more about that at coin.com.
It's often just you covering it, that one little clue
All it
that
takes
might
is
make
one.
a difference.
Yep.
And always the pictures of those children, just so haunting and just so sad. Yeah, Todd, thank you.